All right, those of you with some experience, just make sure you're doing not this swimmer, but these shoulder cars. Okay, so make sure you follow the path of the shoulder car, not the swimmer. Stick around longer if you want a little demo of what to do and then what not to do. First of all, here we are, just starting with our palms facing forward, keeping the elbows locked, crossing the arms as we scoop up, and then swimming back in space as you continue to sweep your pinky fingers toward each other until you bring your hands down to your hips. And then you're just reversing the direction. Note, if you will, that we're moving from an externally rotated position into internal rotation as we come back, and then reversing that back to external rotation as we swing our arms back forward again. So your arm is spiraling the entire time you're doing this. You're not just sweeping your arm up and back, but it's also rotating the entire time you're moving each direction. You can add a little tension between your knees if you want a little more work for your shoulders. The more stability you create everywhere else, the more work you can get in those shoulders. Here's a bunch of stuff to look out for. So make sure that you're not letting your hips drive forward, letting your belly button spill forward, or letting your rib cage come up. So go ahead and exhale the rib cage back in space. That does not mean crunch or hunch. It means just blow all the air out, and it will, in effect, brace up the belly and pull those ribs back into the body again, so they won't be driving up and out anymore. Hang on to that tension, and then go ahead and begin sweeping the palms up, crossing the elbows as you go. They'll come uncrossed as you reach overhead. Don't let the back bend happen there. Keep the tail tucked under, keep the ribs exhaled back, or the belly braced. And then you're pulling the pinky edge back. Do not lean forward in compensation. Stay nice and tall through the crown. Imagine you're pushing your arms through jelly here, and keep those ribs from flying forward all throughout. As you're reaching behind you is probably the most likely time that's going to happen. On the way back, don't break at the elbow at any point, but especially here. This is where we see it most often. And continue spiraling and not letting the hips drive forward too. I've seen a bunch of that as well. Keep your weight even through all three corners of your feet. And then finish it up. All right? Go try that. 50 reps, you'll be a pro.